Disclaimer, this was pre-recorded. What's going on, guys? We're back here with another edition of Shed Talk. It's your boys. I'm Nate, and you are...
I'm Tony, in case you guys didn't know.
In case you forgot.
In case you forgot who we were, but...
We're back here with another edition of your weekly favorite show, Shed Talk.
Yeah, it's, should be your favorite at least. But,
hopefully. We're trying to make it your favorite.
But
things
have been going well.
Yeah,
we had you on an iPad last time.
Yeah, now I'm here in person.
I'm glad to see you. It's been a little bit. It's been 2 episodes since you sat beside me, so... Yeah. It's nice to have you back in the shed here. But
yes. But we're going to cut the bullshit because it's been beautiful days outside, but today is quite nippy.
A little cold today. I didn't think we'd need a fire today, but I was like, now I'm kind of regretting it.
Yes,
but
we'll
get through it. We got sweatshirts on. It's not that cold.
He rocked up in shorts. Let's not
forget.
Yeah,
he rolled up in shorts.
And let's
today.
not forget, we're back here again with our favorite producer, at Peachka.
With 2 Ks.
And 1 A.
I mean, hey.
So, Tony.
Yes, sir.
Anthony. What do people call you?
Yeah.
What's been on your mind?
Well, what's been on my mind? Not a whole lot. I've been cooped up in my room, not doing a whole lot because of work and everything going on, but I think there's been a lot on other people's minds recently. As we've asked before, we've had a lot of people write in their shed thoughts on episodes and shed thoughts about what's going on in the world, and we got a lot of them for us here, and Peachka will be reading these off for us and giving us some thoughts. It's not really a Q&A more so, but
more like a T&D topic and discussion.
Just go through some topics that you guys want to hear about. We'll give your shed thoughts a listen, as I promised and mentioned, and we got a lot of good ones. Shout out to the people that wrote in. Shout out to
do appreciate y'all.
Yeah, appreciate you guys' thoughts. Some questions may be individualized. Some questions might be for the both of us. So I'll let our producer, roll through this and see what we can do. Yeah, I'm ready.
At least we forget. Today's Shed Thought will be brought to you by a fan as well.
Ooh.
Good point.
All right, so the first one that we've got is from Icewater Chase. Shout out to Chase. He's a dope videographer in the area.
True. True.
Who inspires the guests? Like, how do you guys choose what guests you want to have on?
I'll let you start, boss.
Wow, that's a good question.
It is a good question. Well,
I honestly, I'm gonna keep it a being. Like, we get a lot of people that say, they want to be on here. Because they're friends of us. They want to be a part of it. So I'm going to be real. We can't pick everybody.
No, we can't.
But, we all the 3 of us hash it out. Depending on what topic we got, we think of who would be best if we bring on a guest, who would be best for them to be able to really drop some knowledge and something that people can really relate to, as we did before with Joe, where are you now, or what was your life back then type deal. As somebody that's been in the spotlight that has lived that life. Or the same with Nick. Nick is, like we said, an up-and-coming music artist, at Nicky the Jet. Make sure to go get his music everywhere. He's actually, he gave y'all insight, him and Phoebe, what's really going on behind the scenes of everything. So really when we're coming up with the guests, it's something that's really beneficial for y'all and, beneficial to the episode.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can't add a whole lot more to that. One of the things that we talk about in our meetings is, who is going to, help us build as well as we build for the community. Obviously, we're from the city of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, doing what we can. A lot of people in this area really have a lot of potential. People forget, obviously we're in between 2 big cities, Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, and a lot of things are going on, but people forget about the capital city, and a lot of the reasons of who we're picking is really just to help us grow as a community, because we really do have a lot of growth and potential to do here. People forget about us, so I want to make sure people don't forget about us.
We also get people where it's we are cool with them, or we have known them before. Like we said, we knew Nick
back
in high
knew
school
everybody.
and Joe back in high school, But it's to be able to catch up on them now, where it's they're still good friends. Where we can kick it here and there, but we don't really know they every single day of life, and it's nice, to get somebody where we don't know every single thing, and vice versa. They don't know what's really going on with us. It's everybody's catching up and dropping what they're doing.
Yeah, and it's cool to be kind of educated on, like you said, what they've been up to and what they're going to be doing, and it's cool to see what, Joe's been up to since his college days at Penn State, what he's aspiring to do, and, what Nikki the Jet and Fever have coming for their music careers. So if anybody that's listening wants to chime in on what they've been doing, chime in on, bringing out a topic as well, don't hesitate. We'll take all, consideration, and just drop your shed thoughts if you'd like to. So
definitely, especially if they support us, we want to support them with
always
they're
here
doing.
to support.
That's the whole plan.
Shout out Chase for that one.
Yeah, good question, Chase. Appreciate that.
The next one is from Live at the Gazebo.
Ooh.
Shout out Bob.
All right.
What are some dreams or aspirations for your lives and for the podcast?
You can go first. You can answer this.
Okay.
I feel like everybody should know by now. If they don't, go back and listen to extra episodes.
Yeah, I mean, we've definitely talked about it, and thank you to the guys over at Live at Gazebo. Tyler, you do a phenomenal job with your podcast. Some of the dreams and aspirations, some of them came, he asked about it being personally and professionally in a sense.
Yeah.
So, personally, my dreams are kind of simple. As I mentioned before, I do have a brother with special needs. And a lot of my life is going to be, obviously I need to understand and can kind of remember that he is a plus one no matter what I do.
Yeah.
If I get married, if I have kids, if I do my own life. And obviously I have to keep myself in check. But, your family's there, and what I'm dreaming to do is just make sure that he's stable as well as I am. And but for the podcast, just me specifically, obviously I've mentioned it outside of the podcast and for us. Joe Rogan's a huge inspiration to me. I think him and I have very similar personalities as who we are as people, and his podcast is what I aspire to have, is something as similar to, speaking with different people across the country, across the world about what's going on in their lives, sharing this moment with you because we've been, friends for how long, and it's cool that we're able to bounce this back and forth and also be able to, grow as much as we have been. So, I hope to continue to grow in that aspect.
I feel that. I'm short and sweet to the point. Y'all know that. For me, goals and aspiration in life, just be happy. Just to be happy and enjoy life. All we get is each and every day that we got, so you might as well enjoy it while you got it.
Wow.
You feel
True.
me?
Profound.
And
Short and sweet.
Honestly, for the podcast, keep the train rolling. Again, we say a bunch. We really do appreciate y'all taking your time out to listen to us. Be able to give us that follow, that retweet, that like, whatever, to write in, So, we just gonna keep striving to give y'all the best of what we got. Hope y'all keep rocking with us. We just gonna keep the train rolling.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's it. I think quickly before we go on, I just want to say my goals for the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about my personal
Let's
goals,
hear it.
but my goals for the podcast, I have really big dreams for this. I feel like, just like what you were saying about putting Harrisburg on the map, this is one of the perfect ways to do so, because without a sort of, hub for the culture, without having, something that people can come on and talk about themselves, then it's not going to get anywhere. So it's if we can end up being that for people who do whatever it is they do, not just music and not just sports or whatever, but anything
Yeah, wait till you see what we got coming next. You'll be surprised.
Hell yeah.
What we got next?
Next.
The next one is from Astral Projects.
Shout out Laurel.
Shout out Laurel.
What are your favorite sports moments of the last decade?
Woo! There's a few of those. I got a couple. I'll kick it here. But obviously, being an Eagles fan, watching the first Super Bowl win from the Eagles was different. I thought I was going to die without the Eagles winning the Super Bowl, let's be real. But Nick Foles, after Carson Wentz gets hurt and takes us all the way to the Super Bowl and beat the Patriots, that was cool, but that's not my favorite moment, funny enough. My favorite moment comes from the FIFA World Cup of 2018.
The homeland.
The homeland. Listen, I get a lot of shit from my friends, my coworkers. Yo, Croatia, man, what's so special about it? I've lived this culture my entire life, guys, and I'm very proud of my family, very proud of where I come from. I wear it on my sleeve for a reason, and seeing the Croatian national team take it all the way to the final, that was amazing. I remember I was new to my job, and I was scared to watch, because it's during the day. I was scared to watch all the group matches all the way up to the final. And I'm like, oh, how the hell am I going to do that? And I was like literally begging my boss, yo, can I watch this while we're working? I'll have my work done, but like I got to watch them go this far because they've made it this far now.
True.
I remember sitting there when they made in pens to beat England to get to the final. I was going nuts. Everybody thought I was crazy at work.
Insane.
And I'm like, well, I am.
Imagine being in England for that game.
I mean, I can only imagine
nuts.
where you were
That
at.
was
Like,
nuts.
and then I know people like that were in Croatia at the time, watching how excited everybody was. A small little country that's been around since 1995 has made it to the World Cup final. That was phenomenal. So that's my favorite moment of this past decade.
Damn.
What about you, boss?
My favorite moment. Let's see.
There's a lot of good things that happen in the last decade.
There
man.
is.
It really is.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of my favorite moment. Damn. Well, since the Pacers have done nothing in basketball, the Steelers have not done shit this past decade. Maybe this next one coming up they will.
We'll see.
It's a tough pick for any of my favorite teams, but I will go with this. I would go back when I would definitely say when LeBron took the Cavs to the finals and they beat the Warriors that now hold the best record in NBA history. When they beat them and they won a championship for Cleveland, I would say that's probably my favorite moment of the decade. Only because, if you think about it, he really did something crazy. He really took a Smo Joe team with like 2 superstars, whatever, and really brought an entire city like joy and happiness just by winning a championship. Not even only that, being down and coming back and winning, just doing like the impossible. It's just like, yo, like that's actually crazy to think about, because it's like, no matter what you think, like that's gonna be talking about a lifetime where the team that holds the best record ever lost to a team that got their first ever championship by any major sport. Like that's different.
And hey, the quote was cool. Cleveland, this is for you.
Facts, yo. Like
that was a great moment. Good point. Great moment in history. But next,
on to the next one.
Next.
John Bisquick. I don't know that name makes me laugh.
John Biscuit.
John Biscuit. John Bissett.
It looks like John
guy.
Bisquick.
It is. That is his Instagram.
That's funny.
He's funny. Love that name. Love it.
What's your thoughts on Tiger King and Joe Exotic? Have you watched it?
No, I haven't
watched it either.
I haven't seen a single episode.
I'll give my input.
Yeah, maybe one day.
But what do you think? I'm just gonna throw a question at you about the memes that you see all over.
I can't relate. So if I can't relate, I mean, it seems funny. Impersonation seems funny. I haven't watched the show, so I can't speak on it. But
sure, if I saw
I'll take a quick little speech on it since I'm the only one.
But you might as well, because everyone's talking about it anyway. So it's like you might as well touch on it.
No, it's a great show, and I'm saying it to my team here to go watch it if you got a minute. But if anybody hasn't, go check it out. It really makes me question what happens in America, because didn't know that there were privately owned zoos in Oklahoma. Yes, Carol Baskin in fact killed her husband. That dumb bitch, as everybody says, as Joe Exotic has said. But no, I do recommend you going and watching the show. It's my thoughts on Joe Exotic. He's
Alan cool dude. He got money.
He's an out of pocket character. I'll tell you that. That's why I'm saying go watch it, dude. It's different. I can't believe the man thought he was going to run for president, run for governor of his state. Like, he was doing rallies and stuff. It was funny as hell to watch, but. No, I do like the show. It's funny watching all the memes. How we just had a happy hour at work, like a virtual happy hour, doing trivia, and half the team's names were all Joe Exotic related. So it was really dumb, but it was really funny.
I would love to look into the psychology of what makes people find that kind of stuff interesting. Because obviously me and Nate haven't watched it, and
because
there's stuff that it's not available to us.
Right. I mean, it's there. It's honestly, I'm just not going to take time on my day to go watch it.
And some people.
I tried to start it, and I just can't. I couldn't get it.
Yeah, like I feel like there's stuff out there.
It was out of pocket. I finished it. I think there's another new episode now, but I have to go check it and see. Yeah. Anywho, next.
Got a question from I'm just Sheed.
Yo, Rashid.
Rashid.
Yeah.
He wants to know what Nate did for his birthday.
I do
What
shit.
did you do?
Happy belated, by the way.
Thank you for happy belated birthday. Shout out everybody that wished me happy birthday.
Yeah.
I didn't do shit. I mean, I went to work, got a nice little, I don't know, coworkers like called me, said, yo, happy birthday, said nice things about me.
That's cute.
We had pizza for lunch. Supervisor gave me a card, had a little cheese in it. I was like, yo, wow, man, this is nice. I only been there a month and a half, yo. Good people. And then I went home, my mom made some good ass food.
Love that.
And
What'd she make?
Too much to list.
Alright.
I don't want people coming to my crib for a plate.
Fair enough.
And then I drank a beer. A single dad beer. Because I'm an old man now.
It's like, how old are you now?
24.
All right.
Welcome
Yeah,
to your 24th year, brother.
So,
I'm coming up
honestly,
on it. 25.
I brought my 24th the best way possible. And probably how I would have been bringing it in anyways. So, there's that.
There you go. There you go.
Croatian Bull, wonder who that is, asked, do you have plans to work with local businesses?
We just trying to keep the train rolling right now, brother. Trying to give you trying to give you all the best product. We're being put ourselves in a position to do that.
But we did kind of talk about it with Icewater Chase's question. We are, trying to build this community around us, and it's cool that people are already like inspired by what we're doing, inspired by the fact that we want to do what's best for the community and help out where we can. Yes, there are a lot of things coming in season 2 that you guys might want to check out. We're still obviously going through season 1 and it's not done yet, far from done yet, but season 2 is going to be a little different, guys. And that's going to be kind of...
But it's showing them that you planned it already.
I got a little plan that's coming with the next few guests and the next season to come. So keep checking. Business-wise, too, we actually do have some people that want to sponsor us locally. Some really big names, some breweries, some local pizza places, some local other food places, and there are some things that are coming. So, good question, but
Yeah,
I can't give you all the details yet.
Can't catch your chickens before they hatch. You feel
Yeah,
me?
that's the
Right.
other thing. We
One step at
gotta
a
let
time.
this stuff marinate. So,
But also, if you are a local business, like to the Harrisburg area or like surrounding areas, like feel free to send us an email because, like we said in season 2, we are going to be having spots for like advertisements and stuff like that. So like now is the time.
absolutely, and we can provide our email within this podcast. So.
Yeah, it'll be in the description.
Perfect.
Next.
Next we've got Alex Valcarcel.
Yep. Okay.
Can you talk more on mental health?
You want to kick it? You want me to start?
I mean, damn.
Short and sweet. It doesn't have to.
Yeah,
you don't have to get
I'm
into
gonna,
it.
I'm gonna go. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go short and sweet because I mean,
That's kind of a big topic.
yeah,
Huge
it is.
topic.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's like a I mean, it's a topic that's important where it can be touchy, and the way I look at it, me like being somebody that's not an expert, I would just say do the best you got to do to be able to take care of yourself and make sure you are all right, but also too making sure you all right, make sure your homies around you all right.
Absolutely.
Make sure everybody's cool. That's what I can say over that. But do whatever best for you to set yourself up in the best position to make everything around you the best environment and best situation possible for you.
Yeah, and on that, no, good point, Nate. There's a lot that can be touched on with mental health. We've definitely, as people, been tested on the subject. We kind of have plans to potentially do an episode with it, so you guys are already reading into us, I guess. So,
Yeah.
but no, especially during these times, guys, we're in a very different situation. Mental health is very important, and I want you guys to, as Nate said, don't be afraid to check in on your people. There's one thing I was taught when my friend passed away, that no matter if you think about them briefly, if you think about them for a period of time, whoever that person is you're thinking about, or if you see something written or you're on social media and see them and you think to reach out, don't hesitate to do it. I've done it recently. We've, been experienced with a lot of different things. people reach out to me, I reach out to them, and I think it's very important to keep in touch with your people, even if you only hear from them once or twice a year, or you never hear from them, and it's just good to hear from your people and always check in. So we'll have more for that.
Definitely. And, like, don't be afraid to, like, reach out to us as well. Like, that's why we're here, also to be, like, a voice for you guys. So, like,
Absolutely.
Obviously, we're, like we said, we're not professionals, but, like, we're always here to lend a listening ear if you want. And, like, that's why we keep putting these episodes out, for you guys to have something to lift your spirits and all of that.
Absolutely.
Next, we've got one from, looks like it's Kebbles with 3s for the E's.
Loser.
Yeah, he wants to know, why is Tony still single?
Really?
Damn.
Thanks, Kev. You're the worst. But why am I still single? Well, I am currently doing a podcast from my parents' shed. Let's just put that one.
Because you're ugly and you're proud.
Because I'm ugly and I'm proud. That might be the case. Jeez, why? But no. Why am I? I mean, probably got a lot of listeners that are not wondering, but at the same time may be wondering why. But hey, it's got to find what's right for you. That's why. I mean, honestly, I don't settle, so that's another reason why.
Right now he's Tony Shed Talk, but later he'll be Tony Tender. I know where to find him.
I don't have Tinder. That's one thing I don't have either. I don't have my dating apps. I don't need to use them. I think they're stupid. Have I before? Yes. Has everybody before? Yes. Just my personal decision. I'd rather meet somebody out and do what I can. Shut up.
All right, what we got
next? Let's go. I'm done. I'm done with this.
We've got a question from Matt Pugliese.
Oh, there we go.
What are some places to check out in Harrisburg, food or must-see places? I believe this was like for people who have never been here or might be coming here for the first time. Like, what would you recommend to them?
Boom, got you.
Quick little Harrisburg tour.
Got you.
This guy eats
I would
everywhere.
Say easily. So Burrito, best burrito place out there.
Yeah, shout out.
They got literally the best burrito. You can literally get a whole soul food meal in a burrito. They have a soul keto. Whatever you need, they got it easily. Open on the weekends.
Good point. They used to be. They used to only be food truck. Like they were only a food truck, and now they opened up their own restaurant.
They were restaurant food truck. Back to now they got restaurant and food truck. So
the food truck business in Harrisburg is something crazy. Like we have events where, like, let's say Capona, for example. Capona is a big event that happens in Harrisburg where a lot of art, a lot of people like that are inspired to sell what their product is. They literally set up and shut down all of Front Street in Harrisburg to do that. But all the food trucks are open as well. I mean, if you're around, that's definitely a place to check out. Is Capona. That happens later in the summer. But places to check out. I mean, obviously right now is weird times and can't really go anywhere except takeout. But a lot of cool local businesses that I like to support personally. Burger Yum is probably one of the best spots in Harrisburg. I'd say the best spot to get a burger. 100% hormone-free burgers. Shout out to Milan for doing that. It's just his passion, I guess, and I think it's a good spot. Boulevard Pizza is my favorite spot to get pizza around here.
Shout out Carlo.
Shout out to my Uncle Carlo. But no, I think what's really important on that topic is support your local businesses as well. I mean, we're going through some crazy times.
And when this is
now
over.
and when this is over, for sure, you need to be, supporting these local businesses. They're very important. They're doing the grind like everybody else is, and I continue to support my people. A lot of local breweries around here that are great. I'd say Trogs, another good spot. Lancaster Brewing Company, Appalachian Brewing Company. Hell, there's like 10 more I can't even think of right now.
Distributors are still open, so...
Distributors are open. Right down the street from us, Bresky Beverage, another good spot to get your beer. Great, a lot of good spots. I could go on and on about it, but the one thing I'll end on that one is...
Oh, wait, before you finish it, what else, like, other than food?
Bro, I don't know. I'm the wrong
I
don't do shit.
I got a few. I mean, a couple cool spots, like, in the area that are maybe not food-related. City Island, is a great example of a spot to go check out.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So to give you a perspective of Harrisburg, it's split by the Susquehanna River. So there's an east shore and a west shore. East shore is obviously the best, but we'll leave that out there. And in the middle of both, actually, is what they call City Island, where we've had semi-professional sports. The Washington Nationals have a AA affiliate from around here, the Harrisburg Senators.
Yo, Steven Strasburg.
Steven Strasburg has pitched here.
Yo,
Bryce
he's
Harper's
crazy.
played here. So we've had a couple names. Yeah, Bryce Harper played for the Senators for a short time. Ryan Zimmerman from the Nationals. Vladdy Guerrero back in the day. I mean, there's been some names that have come through the Nationals and the Expos that have played in Harrisburg, and people forget about it.
Yo, shout out to Senators.
Shout out the Harrisburg Senators. They used to have a soccer club here that we used to play that actually closed down. But maybe one day I'll revamp. That's part of my investment plan.
Shit.
But no, so City Island's definitely one. Downtown Harrisburg's a cool spot. It's a cool bar scene for people that want to go out and see their friends. But for me personally, it's like a high school reunion. But
Yeah, the music's trash.
Nah, it's
the
right.
music's not that
Chill,
great.
them,
But
them
Sawyer's.
Them slushies at Sawyer's.
What about the slushies at the
Springgate.
Springgate Vineyard?
Springgate season's coming up.
Springgate season. Let's talk Springgate season. So Springgate Vineyard, great spot for everybody around here to sit around. It's it's very feng shui.
winery.
I'm gonna put that there. It's not
Pro
expensive.
tip at Springgate, 1 bottle limit. You'll thank me later. 1 bottle limit.
I can personally agree with that statement,
Thank me later.
and I'll thank you now for keeping that limit. But I've had some times there where it's been more. But
And then our last question is from Sage Ellefson.
Ellison. Yeah.
With sports being postponed so long, do you guys think it will bounce back?
Oh yeah, easily.
100%.
I guarantee you, whatever sport is the first one, whether it be baseball, maybe finish on NBA season, maybe NHL. Probably more than likely, if anything, it's probably going to end up being like football. But that opening weekend game will be so jam packed.
Yeah.
There will be so many memes, people talking about it. It's probably going to be trending everywhere. Sports is back.
Sports
And
will be back.
I think definitely like people would definitely appreciate like the fans will definitely appreciate the players more and vice versa.
Yeah.
Because it's like, like it's only been like a probably like a month and a half maybe like max where it's been like, yo, no sports. And it's like, oh shit, like, they guys watching ESPN robot fighting or something. And it's like, damn, like you think it thought it was funny back then. Now it's like, oh damn, that's all we got now. So
Right.
yeah. So I think honestly,
Smart
like,
races.
and with them showing all these old games, it's like, wow, man, this dude used to do this, used to do that. It's like, oh shit, like whenever that comes back, like the bounce back, I think it's literally gonna be no problem at all. I think it's actually probably one of the more anticipated things coming out of all of this. Like, people will be itching, waiting to see their favorite team be able to say, yo, I got the first ticket back after we was on lockdown. Like, shit.
Yeah.
That's
No.
my thought.
Good points.
Go sports.
Go sports. No, I think that's a good point. I did want to touch on something I think is really important. I know it's something that personal family members, our current seniors in high school that are not going to be able to finish their time. I went to Bishop McDevitt, obviously, with Nate, and my cousin's a senior currently there on the basketball team, and they were on pace to go to states. And it got cut off. PIAA had to stop everything. My cousin out in Pittsburgh is a pitcher, and he's getting a scholarship to go play in New York City. But he didn't even get to play his senior season because of everything. So I wanted to first shout out you guys and shout out every other athlete that, whether it's high school, whether it's college, you guys are, thought of. And I see a lot of people posting about their senior pictures and trending that they're there for you. They truly are, man. I can only imagine. You guys aren't able to finish your senior year. I remember my senior moment when I finished soccer and how emotional that could have been and how really this is putting a toll on you guys. But just remember, this isn't the end for any of you. A lot of you athletes that are going to go off to college, or a lot of you college athletes that are going to go off to the pros potentially, this isn't your last chance. And even if you're not, I mean, think about the moments that you did get to have. Think about the moments that you were, on the court, got to some fame, some love, remember that this is just a temporary fix, that there's a lot more to happen in your life. But to Nate's point,
and it should show everybody too, like everybody coming up, like like they always say, like especially if you're a person that's played sports your entire life, they've always said, like once that senior class goes, oh man, for the upperclassmen, y'all need to work every day, y'all need to do this, y'all need to do that. It's like almost kind of this show almost have y'all thinking now more than ever, like damn, I really need to like make the most of every opportunity I get, like with that senior, with that teammate, with that player, whatever you get. Don't take that for granted next year. Like, that should almost make you a damn near beast coming out for the next season. Because it's like, like, this shit really could just end, like, at any point. Whether it be injury, like, something crazy going on in the world, whatever it is, it's almost like, shit, your season can really be over like that.
Yeah. And
so
remember...
it's like, take that, appreciate that shit.
Yeah. And remember that you can only control what you can. Like I said, some of you guys are really... I know it's gotten a lot of people down, a lot of people thinking about it, but hey, this is prime time for opportunity more so than loss. So take advantage of these moments. Sports will be back, like Nate said, and it will come back in big numbers. I mean, I'm very excited for everything to be back and back to normal.
Bring back the XFL.
Yeah, bring back the XFL. Bring back my DC Defenders, man. But
also, like what we were saying earlier with one of the earlier questions, like if you are one of those like athletes that are in high school or college or whatever, and you can't go and train like you used to, like you usually do, like train your mind. Like your mind is just as important as your body, especially being an athlete, and like you need to be prepared and you need to be ready. So like work on your mental health.
Yeah, go home, do your push-ups, do some sit-ups. Watch some film. Now a great time to watch film for y'all.
Yeah.
Do some meditating. Do some things for the mind. Do some things for the body. Do some things for the mind. That's what we're here for.
You said that's the last, John?
Yep, that's the last one.
That's the last question.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Word. So.
But.
Yeah. So. Today's final shed thought
is brought to you by a guest this time. Not from either of us, but it is a thing that's been on our minds.
Shout out our guy, special underscore. Damn, hold on. Special underscore K23 on Twitter. Our boy Karan. That's where you can follow him on Twitter. Everybody else, all those other names before, those are all on IG. Make sure to follow them. Also, too, with Karan, follow Kicking It with K.
On YouTube.
On YouTube. No G. All Ks. But today's final shed thought is actually brought to you by him. He actually, on Twitter, he wrote in one, sent us a text, and gave it to us. Anthony has it here written down. Anthony will read it. And this is how we will go out.
So he wrote it down where, there's a lot of things that we've taken for granted before everything with COVID-19. It's crazy how, we were, complaining about the little things or, how we were able to do those little things and now we can't. Some examples I thought of on that note were, getting a haircut or, going out and having to buy things or going out and having
nails
to do
done.
anything. Yeah, Nikki's back here need her nails done. Lee Nails needs to open up, but this is a time period where you really do get a mental refresh and start to remember that, like, don't take things for granted. A lot of us are, going through different mindsets. A lot of people are, I know that personally a couple people in my family were struggling with, wow, I can't do anything. Some people have taken this as, wow, this is amazing. I don't have to go to work. There's people that lost their jobs. There's people that, lost the opportunity to really do a whole lot of their daily routine. Actually, most of the people that have lost that opportunity. And really appreciate things in life. Appreciate those little things.
And also
I miss my barber.
The fact that you don't have to go out and worry about potentially getting the illness. Like, there are people who have to work still. Like, and they can't get away from it. And that's
another thing. Like, shout out to the people, the essential workers. I have a lot of family that are nurses. I have a lot of family that are out there grinding every day. I think I mentioned that last time, but seriously, I want to continue to thank everybody that's out there working to make this world a better place, to make sure that our people are safe, to make sure that we're healthy, and the people that are, in charge of making these decisions, continue to do what you need to do, what's best for the world, what's best for the community. And, I back what you guys have been up to. So I mean, what are your thoughts on the final shed thought?
I ain't got shit because it's Karan's thought. I thought it was solid. Karan, shout out to you for that, dog.
Yeah, no,
We
thank you
appreciate
for the thought, man. That was a really good one, and it's something that needs to be said. But
That's all.
that's what we got today, guys.
So we got we'll be revamp soon for episode 8. So if you guys would like to have your shed thought read like Karan,
and like everybody else from our Instagram page,
yeah, or anything else, you guys can hit us at Shed Talk Podcast across the board. You can hit our producer at Peachka with 2 Ks and 1 A on all social media platforms.
and where can they find you?
Where can they find you?
Well, they can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Tony Shed Talk. You can also hit me up personally if you know me. But find me on all those platforms. It's the easiest way possible. Nate, shout out yours.
Y'all know where to find me. At and
You make it sound like it's a struggle to find you.
Yeah. I don't know, man. At _Monroe 26 on the Twitter. At Nate Monroe 45 on IG. That's all we got. We love you. We like you. You like us. We love you. Like our homie Karan said, appreciate every precious moment. And until
We shed again.
we shed again.